this is Russ. What am I doing inside? Yeah, I wonder that too. I was actually outside today. I was trying to finish the review of the U-Free bike. Yeah, remember that? Actually, one of you guys asked me, when is the review coming out? I don't know. I just answered soon, because it hopefully will be soon. Yeah, so what happened? Well, I took the bike out. Okay, I was going to try to finish. I've been doing this bike in segments, this review in segments. And I was going to do the hill test today, all right? And also the introduction to the riding part of the video. And so I put it where I normally start the videos, right in front of that water and everything. You guys know, you've seen my videos before for the reviews. And I'm watching the bike, and it's about ready to fall over. Yeah. The wind was pushing it that hard, I could see it shaking. I was going, no. I'm not going to risk having this bike fall over from the wind. I mean, come on. Our e-bikes in general aren't the lightest weight bikes. They kind of weigh a certain amount, although this one's a little lighter. But it's still, I mean, it was pushing it around. I mean, I thought it was going to fall over. So I said, no, that's not good. So I said, well, let me just go ahead and let me go for the hill test, right? So I'm riding towards there, and I'm going, this headwind is killing me. It's so powerful. First off, I couldn't hear what I'm talking, as you know. When the wind blows against your ears like that, the microphone picks things up. I know that because we know it on the other videos. But I couldn't hear myself talking. And then I was looking at the speed I was going. I said, let me pump it as hard as I can, because I've already taken that bike up to 29 miles an hour, right? I couldn't get past 18 miles an hour. The wind was hitting me so hard against me with that headwind that I wasn't getting anywhere. I says, if I can't even on a flat surface go more than like 18 miles an hour due to the wind, what do you think that's going to do when we try to go over the hill? It wouldn't be a fair test. Yeah, I mean, even if that thing did really well, the wind would push it back. So I called it. I just said, that's it. I can't do it. Can't do it. So I made a phone call immediately to U-Free just to apologize that it's taken so long to try to get this thing finished. And as you know, a lot of odds and end things have happened. We had the mulch thing last week. It rained. It's cold. I mean, we have everything happening. This is the weirdest weather we've had, I think, in a while. Yeah. I mean, the last couple of days it was kind of drizzly and stuff. I mean, I should have probably done it just before it drizzled. I mean, I look at the weather reports and it says it's going to rain today. So I sit there and I look outside. Yeah, it's kind of dark, and no rain, but it's still cold, right? So as it's heating up, it's just still no rain. It's still overcast. Maybe I'll go out. Just as I'm ready to go out, it starts to drizzle. I don't know why this thing has taken so long. So, yeah. I got an itch again. I don't know what the deal is. Well, okay, when I got back, I had to take a shower because, I've been outside too long. You kind of stink after that. So it dries my skin out. So anyway. All right, that's that. So now I'm thinking about these reviews we've done and all the bikes that have come in. People have asked me, what do you do with the bikes that come in? You can't keep them all. What happens to them? Well, I already mentioned, I do sell them after I'm done. And many of you guys have picked up bikes. I think, I would say about close to half of the bikes that I've done reviews on have already been sold to other people. So half of them are here, half of them are sold, right? Maybe a little bit less than half have been sold. So anyway, people have asked, well, what do you do with the bikes that you like and the bikes that you don't like? I says, well, the bikes that I like, I sell, and they usually move really fast. And then the bikes that maybe a little bit different, usually takes a little longer. But I had one bike I wanted to tell you about, and I mentioned this before, that after I did the review, and the review was favorable, but it was difficult to do because it was a Class 1 style bike. From that point on, after the review was done, I rode it a couple times. I started having issues with the connectivity of the bike. Yeah, so this is the Velotric. You guys remember that one? It was the Velotric. What do they call that thing? I think it's called is it called a T1? Is that what it's called? Something like that. I don't know. It's the $1,800 bike, $1,799 priced bike. And so it's all run by app, right? Unlike the Free Dare, which actually runs with or without the app, okay? This one won't run unless you have the app, because that's how you turn on the bike and stuff. You had to use your fingerprint and everything to turn it on. Well, we had some problems with the connectivity, and so I told the rep, I can't get this bike to even charge. So anyway, they took the bike back. They told me to ship it back to them. Luckily, I still had the box, okay? And it wasn't so hard to put that one in the box because it was a commuter style bike. It's lighter in weight and easier to move it in there. I think it was like 39 pounds. So I put it in the box, brought it over to FedEx, and then shipped it back to them. They shipped me another one, okay? That bike has never been able to work. I couldn't even connect anything to it. It wouldn't charge the battery without the connection of the app and everything. So it just basically never ridden. Basically unridden bike, not able to work. It's a $1,799 retail price on it. And they don't have a sale on it, so that's what you would have to pay to get that bike. So it's been sitting in the house, and it's just kind of getting in the way because there's other bikes available too. So, we were talking about it. I says, well, what am I going to do with this bike? Mrs. Wright says, well, sell it. I says, I can't sell this thing. It doesn't even run. I mean, okay, let's put it this way. If you use it as a regular bike, a non-e-bike, just as a regular bike, you could ride that bike. It's only like, I don't know, is it 39, 36 pounds maybe? Maybe it's 36. You could ride it as a regular bike if you don't use it as an e-bike. I mean, it would work as a really good regular bike. It's got gears and everything, right? So she says, let's just donate it. Yeah. I mean, remember I donated my old mountain bike, to the church, and then they found a family who needed that bike for transportation. So I contacted our connection at the church again and says, do you have any other families that need a bike? Because I've got this one. Can't use it as an e-bike, okay? I can't sell it. I says, do you have anyone that has a need for a bike? And she says, we might. So she looked around. She says, yeah, I found a family that can take that bike. So I said, okay, I'll bring it to church on Sunday, and I'll give it to her, and she'll give it to that family, okay? Now, if you look at this thing, it's a $1,799 bike, all right? But if it doesn't charge, if it doesn't do anything, it's basically a regular road bike at this point, right? So I said, I don't know if I should give them the charger because I don't really want them to try to charge it when I know it doesn't work. And, these are refugees families. I don't want something to happen if they try to charge it and something happened to it. So I'm not really sure whether I should even supply the charger, right? Just give them the bike and tell them, okay, you have to ride this like a regular bike, okay? But that one's being donated, okay? So sometimes, some of the stuff we do move that way. So I had my first scooter from Varla, okay? That was given to my nephew on my wife's side, okay? So sometimes we do give it, to somebody who has a need for something. So one by one, these things eventually move on, all right? Whether it's being sold or whether something's being donated for some needy cause or whatever. But the other bikes, yeah, I still kind of hang on to. I don't like to give them up. I really don't. I feel real bad when any of the bikes leave the house. I get kind of connected to these things. I don't know if you guys are like that. Are you like that with your stuff? You kind of get connected to it. And even this Velatrek, I feel kind of like, oh, it's going to go away because I'm thinking it's a pretty good bike as a bike, okay? But, we're an e-bike channel. I says, if I can't ride it as an e-bike, I can't really ride it. That's why you've never seen me on that bike doing additional videos with it because it just had never really worked afterwards. So the videos came out. They were positive videos based on that time when I was doing the reviews. We had no issues with them, all right? It came on afterwards, so... Anyways, but I think this happens sometimes on some of the products because I'm watching some of the other guys who do YouTube videos on e-bikes too, and they've run into things like this as well, where they may have given it a decent review, and then later on they go, "Hey, what's up with this bike? Why is it not working now?" Things like that do happen. Yeah. So, but anyway. That's the story behind that bike, just so that you know, in case you're curious whatever happened to that bike, it's being donated to a family who could use it as a regular bike, right? So there. All right, that's basically all I have for you guys for today. I just wanted to at least make some type of video. I mean, I was hoping it was going to be a review video for today for you guys, but it wasn't going to happen. Anyways, if you like this lousy video, hit the like button. If you don't like it, don't hit the down button. Yeah, we don't need to see that. We already know it's a downer of a video today. I don't even feel good. Skip that. Don't do the thumbs down thing, okay? Leave that alone. And by the way, when you do that, you actually do help me out still. Because YouTube doesn't look at the ups or the downs. They just look at the interaction. So, yeah, well, whatever. Put a comment below. Let me know what you think about all this mess. Are you guys having lousy weather too? Is it stopping you guys from going out? I know a couple of you guys have mentioned too that you've had some bad weather too. And so you kind of understand what we're going through. But I mean, I think if you're in the Midwest area, I think we all had this stuff happening, right? Anyways, I'll talk to you guys next time.